What's going on, everybody? And in this video, we are going to talk about what should actually be included in your coaching program. And if you're interested in learning how to create, market, and sell a high-ticket offer, click the link in the description and join the High Ticket Coach Challenge now. Also, if you're looking to host your online courses somewhere or your coaching material and build unlimited funnels, unlimited websites, store unlimited contacts and SMS, you should really check out Coach Marketing Hub, which is our all-in-one platform which replaces different 15 apps on the internet. I will leave a link in the comment section below so you can sign up and get your 2 weeks free trial and test it out. So what should be included in a high-ticket coaching program? Well, the short answer is really as little as it takes for your student to get to the end result. What do I mean by that? So see, there's a very fine art of what to put into your coaching program or online course and what not. A very, very common myth out there is the more things are included in the program, the more valuable it is, right? This is not how high ticket buyers think. This is how low ticket buyers think. Okay. So it couldn't be further from the truth. And to be honest, you should really also create any kind of coaching program or course, even if it's a low ticket course, you should really create it according to as providing as little information as possible so that the student can get to the end result as fast as possible. Okay. The internet is already overflowing with information, so there's no need for you to make it more complicated for your student as it already is, right? So in fact, what you should be doing instead is really mastering the skill of reducing all the information and taking out what is not needed so that the student can take action a lot faster and get into the flow state of mind, which is then creates the least amount of friction possible, right? Because always remember, the number one thing why people fail is they do not focus and they don't implement or they don't take enough action. I say that again. The number one reason why people fail is they don't focus, they don't implement, and don't take enough action. So do not be that person, please. Make your program as easy to get through as possible. So it really should be a given that you as a high ticket coach or course creator or service provider providing the really simplest and fastest way possible for your student to get there. So people pay for convenience and for speed. People do not pay you and they don't wake up in the morning and think like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to watch 60 of Tina's videos today, right? So they wake up and they think, oh, how can I get to 6 figures a year organically as fast as possible? Give it to me, right? So that's the whole point. So but as I know, you guys like really tangible answers and everything. So here are some things that can be included in a high ticket coaching program so that you can assure that transformation as fast as possible. Okay. Number one, a weekly or bi-weekly coaching session. Okay, so depending on how fast your students implement, there is no point in meeting every single week when they haven't gotten enough time to get through the materials or through implement the new learnings and things like that. So it's a waste of everyone's time, especially when it's high ticket one-on-one service. So that's how you need to decide. Is it enough time for the student to implement? Then we're just going to meet weekly, also for accountability purposes and things like that. Or do they need 2 weeks? So we then just meet bi-weekly to implement those things, right? So that's number one. Number two, a community forum where people can ask questions if it's a group program, right? So otherwise you just give them access on CoachVox or things like that, if that's included in your coaching program. So you can use Facebook groups or other platforms out there where people can ask questions between coaching sessions in order to show progress. So they don't have to wait until next week when you come onto the coaching session to ask their questions. So, hey, if you say, hey, here's the access to the Facebook group, I'll be in there Monday to Friday answering all the questions. I don't know, 8 to 5 p.m. EST or wherever you are, and then get back to them once a day. So set it on your own schedule as well. Hey, once a day, I get into the Facebook group, go through all the questions, answer all the questions, and that's it. Okay, so then next up, number 3, I already mentioned that, kind of give them private access to an app such as Vox or CoachVox. And again, I don't recommend access to you on social media as this can get really, really messy. And I highly, highly, highly recommend you to use one of those tools. as yeah, maybe you're not the only one who has access to your social media platforms. Then sometimes clients can get upset if your VA maybe accidentally read the message and hasn't replied, because obviously it's a question for you, not for your VA. And then there's 100 new messages because you've just done a campaign and things like that. So you just really want to keep social media for lead generation, and you just want to have separate apps like Coachbox for client nurturing. Okay. Especially if there's several people managing your social media. Again, it can get very messy and you don't want to upset your clients. And also, again, it will assure progress a lot faster, right? Because if my clients, for example, just happened now, has a sales call tomorrow morning, and he just asked a few questions about about the offer, things like that. So I was able to answer right there and then, versus him needing to wait onto getting on the next coaching session, which is then next week, and things like that. So it will really helps with confidence. It really helps with keeping your clients happy, feel more taken care of as well, and feel also closer to you. Okay. So, and then also another thing which could be included in your coaching program, if it's a high ticket coaching program, obviously it could be a live event. So you're not going to do that for like $1,000 courses or something like that, right? So you could bring the community together, maybe somewhere in a city where it's easy to get to, or where most of your clients live. And if you include in-person events, then yeah, again, that would be a high ticket offer, because you have to pay for all of these kind of things, for the venue, for the food, for the catering, for maybe speakers if you have some, and things like that. So, and of course, the most obvious one is, what should be included in your coaching program is your expertise and your experience, guys. Okay. So I can't stress this enough, right? There's so many gurus out there who then come into the industry and sell offers and transformations and give promises about things they haven't even achieved themselves. And I have no idea how these people find the confidence to sell this, but somehow they do. So it's very important that you buy into coaching programs and or sell one teaching from your own experience, right? You know what you're talking about. You need to know how people can get there, right? Like, and prove the point that you've done that. So for some reason, also we have normalized studying business, for example, at university, listening to a lecturer who has never run a business, for example, right, in their entire life. So all they do is stand in front of the students and teach out of the textbook, and have actually no idea what's going on in the real life. So then you wonder why those MBA students have no clue about business when they graduate, right? So the ugly truth being told is actually also about our education system. And I really like to emphasize and stress about this a lot. And I talk about this example a lot. An industrialist called John D. Rockefeller back in the day sponsored the education system as you know it right now, and had massive influence on it. So he was the one who shaped it the way it is right now. So the education system has never been designed for you to win. Okay, it has been designed to keep you playing small, to not ask any questions, and not to make you think independently. In fact, what the guy said is, I don't want a nation of thinkers, I want a nation of workers. Ta-da, amazing, right? So, and this is how everyone gets programmed. And it's not anyone's fault. It's this dude's agenda, basically, right? So it's not your fault if you've been programmed into that. We all have. It's just what it is. So back to the point, that should be included in your coaching program, your expertise, not just something you've just learned theoretically somewhere, right? So, and again, it doesn't work like that in entrepreneurship like it does in the traditional education system. It does work like that in the coaching. It doesn't work like that in the coaching or course industry. So don't buy from someone who hasn't gotten the experience of what they are teaching you and gain positive results as well. Right? There's no point in learning something from someone and the strategy from someone or whatever it is, and that strategy doesn't even get any results. So that strategy these people are teaching should also get you results. So make sure you do your research about that. And please also don't go out and be that person who is trying to do that, okay? Who's trying to sell textbook stuff and don't have any experience themselves, please. Alrighty, your peeps. So that being said, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video. And if you want to learn about the do's and don'ts about what to do and what not to do in a coaching program, check out this video here.